Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and I guess this episode will be called Why Did I Buy These Reels? Well, a little bit of a backstory. I went on to eBay searching for some used parts, and when I put in my search, I had a vintage tag in there, and I guess the vintage tag led me to some vintage reels, and I saw a great opportunity to buy a few vintage reels that will become the subjects of some videos. And I got them on the relatively inexpensive, so I thought it was a good deal for me and a great opportunity to share with you the reels that I bought and the reels that will become the subjects of how-to videos. So before I get started, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you like the art of reel repair, if you like to see reels old and new, how they come apart, how they're serviced, and how they're kept fishing, given a second chance, then I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And if you do subscribe to my channel, please use that notification button to let you know when I'm posting videos. I try to post every day. And, well, you can make a determination as to whether that video is one that you want to see or not. There are all kinds of videos on here. There's spinning reels, there's conventional reels, there's bait casting reels, there's bass reels, you name it, it's there. And just hitting that notification will show you what I'm working on that day. And you can decide whether you want to watch it or not. Okay, so let's take a look at these. These are all early fishing reels. Some of them are marked, some of them aren't. This is just marked as 300. It's a direct drive reel, and it seems to operate very nicely. One of the things that continues to amaze me with these older reels and the simplicity of technology is just how much they could do with few moving parts and great engineering. So I don't know who's the manufacturer of this reel is. I'm going to try and do a little bit of research on it. It's called a 5-pillar reel. You can see you got 3 up top, you have 2 below on your reel seat. I'm going to guess that this one's 20s or 30s, and that's one actually is the one that caught my eye in the listing. It was a group of 5 or 6, quite honestly I can't even remember what. And then we got this one. This one is a Sea Lake. This is Los Angeles, California is where it was made. It's a stainless steel reel. And from what I understand here, it's a little tight to turn, which, yeah, it's tight to turn. And it's missing a side plate screw, which would hold this on. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be near impossible to find. It's going to be one of the screws that looks like this. But maybe I can just find a standard tap that can fill that until I find one. And then here we have what's commonly known as a thumb brake. This doesn't look like it was cut down. This has all that crackling of the older leather type of thumb brakes. You would cast this reel and you would have it, of course, under your thumb here, and that would guide the tension on the spool as you were throwing the reel. So this one I think is probably going to be grease frozen. I don't see the spool spinning as I move it into free spool. So there's some tension in here somewhere. I'm not sure if this is an adjuster or not, or where that tension may be coming from. But again, I bought most of these to be video projects for the channel. And if I'm lucky, we'll be able to figure that one out as well. This is the, it says trade. Not quite sure. It looks like the English pound sign, trademark. I'm not sure who makes this one, but this is an older reel as well. No markings other than that trademark. These are the hard rubber or the plastic side plates with the German silver. This one, when you hear that noise, that's generally just telling you that it needs some fresh greases and oils, that there's nothing serious going on behind that. Well, if you have a question on any of these reels, maybe you have a question on a reel that you own, if you want to leave those questions in the comments section, I'll be happy to try and answer those for you. There's questions I can't answer. I just got a question in today that said, are the components of a Shimano 400C and a 400 base model the same? Are they interchangeable? And quite honestly, I just don't know. Well, here's an Ocean City. You can generally tell the old Ocean City ones by the flared or coned cap. It also has, all the way back to this day, it has the handle wrench attached to the handle. So that was an early one. We have, looks like to be an aluminum frame, and it's a fully aluminized frame here. And this is called the Ocean City Phantom. And now you hear that? That's not a bearing. Guarantee there's no bearings in here. What that is that's a cry for oil. And I think as soon as we oil that up, that's going to go right away. Trying to see if this adjuster is working. Well, the top is turning, but the bottom isn't turning, but this needs some adjustment as well. So that's the Ocean City Phantom. Looks like it has some of the braid on from, well, back in the 50s. So I don't even know when the last time is that this reel may have gone fishing. But fishing reel oils and greases do evaporate. And when they evaporate, well, the pieces that move the most are the ones that tend to get the noise making. And, well, there you go. All right, well, here's the last one. And this is a very large Pflueger. And this one is in very good condition. You can see it almost looks unfished. So it's the Pflueger Manufacturing Company, Akron, Ohio. This is the Pflueger Capital. It's a large one. It looks like the 1980 is the side of it. One of the things that's always got me with these is you have a single screw take apart system with that. Let's see if we can actually get it to take apart. We can very easily. And you look underneath and it's very clean there. And cleanliness is obviously a nice thing to see. It doesn't look much used, but of course we have line on it. And well, you don't line a reel that isn't used, so let's assume that it went fishing for some time. But this one is just a beautiful example of the Pflueger Capital. Well, why do I bother spending my money on some of these vintage reels when I'm not really a collector? That's always kind of a question that I get from time to time. And I'm not a collector. I like to think of myself, if nothing else, a custodian. And if I do find a reel like this, one, it's going to keep us all educated or get us all educated. So I call these tuition reels to start with, and the price that I pay for them, well, that's just my investment to understand a little bit more about the reels, the time that they were made, who made them. Like this one, this is, I'm unsure. It's got a trademark that's got an L. It looks like the English pound sign, but beyond that, I don't know. It is a high quality reel based on what we're seeing here, but I'm unsure. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. Probably pre-war on this one because it's got a wooden handle. Same thing with this. The Capital came along in the 1930s, and that was probably one of the last reels that Pflueger actually made. Pflueger was eventually acquired by Shakespeare, and their seagoing reels, or the conventional reels as we would like to call them, lasted until about the early 1970s, and then Shakespeare just gave up on producing Pflueger deep sea reels, and the only thing you saw really was the Pflueger President, and you saw this Pflueger President as a spinning reel, and you also saw it as a bait casting reel. And that was probably one of the concessions that Shakespeare made. Before they acquired Pflueger, Shakespeare actually had the sub-brand President, and when they acquired Pflueger, they actually changed the President from a Shakespeare President to a Pflueger President. Well, here, I wanted to learn a little bit more about this one. So why do I buy these? I buy them to learn about the reels. I'm always curious about design. Like this one, we have a 5-pillar post on it. It doesn't seem strong enough, maybe to support what others would have as a very solid reel seat. But you know what? This is beautifully spinning. Look at this. I want to find out a lot more about that. So that's why I did it. So if you're interested in seeing any of these reels serviced, it'll be interspersed. They'll be here and there. That I work these in between my customers' service requests. But I will be doing these, and again, the best way to do this is to subscribe to my channel, use that notification button to see when they're posted, and I will try to do almost all of these, if not all of these, as the videos for you to learn with along with me. To our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you do to keep us safe. Your efforts truly are appreciated. To all, please, let's stay safe, let's stay well, keep fishing, good luck with it, and have a great day. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle.